Hey, you guys. Thank you for clicking on Tao Lit, where things are always hot and spicy, because I'm going to give you my opinion, my thoughts, my how I feel about whatever. I like to do my porch pickings or whatever, sitting here on my porch or whatever. Tonight, we're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, and we're talking about the last episode. Tonight is Friday. Tomorrow should be a new episode that comes out. I know I'm a little late, you guys, but thank you for being patient with me. I just want to get into it, and I'm not gonna go scene by scene. Okay, let's be clear. I ain't got that kind of time. However, I want to talk about Letitia. I want to talk about Letitia and just bring out some things. Hopefully it'll help her, and hopefully just see where things go or whatever. So I just want to talk about Letitia in the scene where they were at Tiffany's baby reveal. Little baby Ace, he's so gorgeous. Congratulations to Tiffany and Big Lou on their new arrival, their precious arrival. However, I'm just gonna bypass the fact that when Stormy, Kimmy and Tiffany were already at the event, and then Mel comes in, and she speaks and she shows love to Kimmy and Tiffany, of course, and she spoke to Stormy, but Stormy feeling salty, Stormy going like she didn't receive it or whatever, and my thing is just like, can we just be ladies? Can we act like we have some common courtesy? I don't have to like you. You won't have to like me. But if we're going to be in the same setting, let's just be cordial. But that's just me. I know everybody has not, gotten to that point, evolved to that level. And it is what it is, right? Okay, so they're talking about the Black Expo, or in Letitia's, the way she says it, Black Expo. I don't know what the problem is, what the deal is with Letitia and an X and an S. I don't get it. I don't get it. I want her to say xylophone. I wonder how she's going to say xylophone. I don't know. But anyway, I digress. Y'all, everything I'm saying in this video is my own opinion. Some things may be alleged and some things might just be facts or whatever, but it is what it is. I'm protected under some law, penal code, or whatever you want to call it, so I can speak about these people because they're putting all this stuff out in public for us to talk about it. Anyway, so back to the baby reveal or whatever. They start talking about the Black Expo or whatever, and Stormy is saying she had a problem with Marcis, because that's his name on this channel, Talit's channel. His name is Marcis, not Marcel. Let's be clear. Marcis, and how he came at her about the $100 or whatever. And she asked Kimmy, well, did you have to pay? Kimmy goes into her spill. She wants to give very detailed information, so I guess nothing could be misconstrued. And Kimmy said, well, she just found out the other day that they did pay, which in my opinion, you guys, and this is my opinion only, I think Maurice just said they paid because Maurice being big brother to little brother or whatever, and just to kind of keep the heat off of them a little bit more. I don't think Kimmy and Maurice played a damn thing. I don't think they paid a damn thing. But that's a whole nother thing. I'm thinking Maurice and Marcis probably had, conversation. Marcis told Maurice, okay, Stormy got mad and she probably gonna bring her big husband, Courtney. He gonna have to address me about this or whatever, but I don't care. So I just want you to say that you had to pay too. That's just my opinion. Okay, that's just my opinion. I mean, come on. We act like we working with some legit people. These people are not legit at all, right? Allegedly, right? So then, they're talking, and then Miss Nell comes in. Her little cute stuff. I think she's so adorable. She's a beautiful lady, and I'm not taking anything from her when I say this, but I think she's just adorable. I truly do. So she comes in, and they're talking or whatever. And she pulls Mel to the side, and she's letting Mel know, because I don't know if you guys remember, but and I, like I said, I'm not going scene from scene, but sorry about the noise, you guys. The Fletchers and Scott 1.0, they actually met for dinner. They had dinner together, whatever, because the Fletchers wanted to know why they were not personally invited to the Black Expo. And Marcis and Letitia, they played around it. They backpedaled and pussy popped and came up with every excuse as to why they didn't invite them, but none of the excuses fit. Y'all want to know my opinion? My opinion is they didn't invite them because they were intimidated. We and listen to what I'm saying, you guys, when I say this, right? I feel like, in my opinion, the Scotts 1.0, they backpedaled and pussy popped with the Fletchers when they had dinner together, because they had no real reason as to why they didn't personally invite them. And I believe Chris and Nell Fletcher, when they said they are the original power couple, the original power couple in Huntsville, Alabama. And Marcis and Letitia, well, I mean, y'all friends are friends that we ain't that good of friends with. Or I didn't know y'all was in this type of business. I didn't know Nell had a daycare for over almost 30 years. Y'all bullshit. I call bull larky. Like, come on. Stop playing in our faces. And of course, the Fletchers are skilled and intelligent enough to know that was some bull crap. And for Marcis to say he had no idea Miss Nell had daycare for 29 years, and he said that he just reduced her down to being Chris Fletcher's little pretty wife. Y'all, that spoke volumes. But you know what, you guys, and I'm going to say this, and this is my opinion. Marsau and Letitia ain't going to be no more than what Marsau and Letitia are right now. Hear me out when I say this. Marsau does not want, or he does not see, or he does not even consider the benefit of his wife being a partner in business with him. Yeah, it's obvious he gets tired of Letitia. He's exhausted by her. That's why he keeps his foot on her neck. And he tries to keep his foot on her mouth too, because he don't want to hear nothing she got to say. Because anything she says, he's going to downplay it. He's going to humble her ass. And she's so stupid, she's going to sit there and take it. You guys, I know some people may seem like they feel sorry for Letitia. I don't feel not one bit of sorry for Letitia. I don't. I don't feel no pity for Miss NBA, because Miss NBA don't have the God-given sense to see and address things with her husband. And that's all I'm going to say about them, because they give me a headache. Like, they truly give me a headache, because I don't know no woman in this day and age, no black woman this day and age, who's sitting up here, being a damn footstool to a man. This man, Marcis doesn't even have no money. He ain't banking like that. I could see it, and y'all, I'm speaking candid right now. I could see if this nigga, but I could see if homeboy was a true millionaire, billionaire, whatever. I could see her being as complacent, simple-minded, dumbed down as she is if this man has some money. Let's be clear, they got their start because of Mel. And I would say Mel and Martell, but we've seen the demise of Mel and Martell, and we saw and see the brains of that operation. So not only did Martell eat, Marcis and Letitia ate, and they're resentful. They're not grateful at all. All right, y'all, I'm about to move on. So, of course, the Fletchers was not about to sit there and let Marcis and Letitia downplay Melanie and Martell when they were together. Because they checked them. You know what I'm saying? It was like, no, I mean, they had, businesses long before, y'all came along or whatever. Marcis says, in business, he brings up Maurice. Maurice has been in business longer than they have. Stormy has been in business longer than they have. My question was, what exactly does Maurice what exactly does Maurice do? Because I have not seen anything that Maurice does. Maurice had one customer at Credit Repair, and that was Destiny. I don't remember nobody else going up in there to get their credit repair. Matter of fact, does anyone go to a credit repair place to get their credit repair nowadays? This was something that was big back in like the early 2000s or, mid to early 2000s. I don't think nobody trying to go to somebody and pay them all this money to get their credit repair when it's so obvious, and there's step-by-steps YouTube videos on what to do to repair your own credit. Bullshit. But anyway, and like Kimmy, and guys, I'm jumping all over the place, but Kimmy, you let this you dud head Maurice talk you out your good profession to do what? Because I ain't seen you sold a house yet. To do what? I see, okay, on this episode, y'all got Maurice and Marcis's little brother, contracting or, remodeling a building. And when it was being introduced, I noticed that they bleeped it out. So we don't know what this is about. I know Maurice, they showed Maurice on YouTube back here when he turned his office into a blue light special. He had blue lights up in there. Credit repair, what kind of business? Is he trying to build a strip club? Like, what exactly are y'all doing? Because Kimmy, you were real quick to want to, throw shade on Destiny at that reunion, that one reunion, when I guess you felt like because you were so transparent with your health issues that Destiny didn't give anything about her personal life with LeBaric or whatever. You was ready for her to go, and we didn't see Destiny no more. We hadn't seen her. Y'all see? I mean, she hadn't been filming. So my thing is, Kimmy and Maurice, y'all are boring. And I would be happy if Carlos King would go ahead and trade. I know people saying trade the Scots 1.0 out with the Fletchers. I don't necessarily agree with that, because I kind of want to see Scott 1.0 fall flat on their damn face. I kind of want to see that. Like, I kind of want to see that. I'm not gonna lie. But they can for sure replace Kimmy and Maurice, because they are bringing absolutely nothing to the table. Nothing. That's just my opinion. Those are my thoughts on it or whatever. But let's get back to this baby reveal, y'all. No, I'm okay. So finally, Letitia enters the event, right? Immediately when she gets there, Letitia notices No one's talking. It's real quiet. So she want to know why things so quiet. Y'all ain't even talking about nothing. And Miss Nell says, oh, well, yeah, we were talking. And then Kimmy jumps in. Kimmy loves to interject herself, but that's a whole nother thing. So Kimmy lets Letitia know, because I guess she wants to show her that she's loyal to her. Well, no, I brought up the Black Expo, and Letitia immediately said, so you being messy. Why is that being messy? I mean, if I had an event that I put my all into, and it's still the talk of the town, I want to hear it. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear the very thoughts of the people who are close to me. I want to hear that, because in my mind and in my heart, I feel like it's constructive criticism. I can take that. I have no problem with constructive criticism. Y'all keep in mind, Stormy stayed quiet for the beginning of this little sit down with Letitia when Letitia finally got there. She didn't say nothing because they had already had it out. They hashed it out or whatever. And Miss Nell just wanted to know, well, people saying they paying, but y'all said y'all came out of pocket with this, so did you lie? And Letitia was rude. Letitia was very rude. Now, although Miss Nell looks younger than a lot of these young people, but we can tell by her sophistication, her intellect, that Miss Nell is a wise woman. So regardless, or however old she may be, and I definitely don't want to make that an issue or a stigma or whatever. Miss Linnell Fletcher is a beautiful woman, regardless of what. But my point is, Miss Linnell, knowing that she's been in business for as long as she has been a successful business, I don't see. I would love to get some information from her. I would love to get into her head to find out, like what what you did. What were your struggles with your business, and how did you overcome those struggles? But that's only with a person who's open-minded. Letitia's very closed-minded. Letitia's very childish. Very childish. Letitia loves to let her husband and her mom fight her battle. She's okay with sitting back in the corner and letting her mama go rah rah. She's okay sitting back in the corner and letting her husband go rah rah, because she's not secure within herself. And that's really sad. That's really sad. Letitia's a beautiful woman, but besides her beauty, Letitia has really nothing to offer. Hence why Narcisse keeps his foot on her neck, will not let her do anything. And that's really sad, because if Letitia has all these credentials that she truly has, what good is it doing her children, her marriage, or the world? Letitia could be a force to be reckoned with. But Narcisse will not let his wife do that. That's really sad. And it's really sad that she is not wise enough to see it. But I'm so glad Mel and Miss Linnell called that out. Miss Linnell, when she was telling Mel about the dinner that they had or whatever, when Nell was telling Melody about it or whatever, Nell said it best, and she summed it up so perfectly. She said something according, and y'all, I'm paraphrasing, but she basically said, Narcisse doesn't think women should be in boss positions, power positions. Hence why he keeps Letitia, dumbass, in a box. And Mel agreed, of course. But what I want to say is this. Absolutely. Because as outright boisterous as Miss Wanda is, if Miss Wanda had education or intellect enough, she would see that, and she would, instead of trying to fight all Letitia's battles or whatever, don't come for my baby, don't come for my daughter. No, come for her marriage. Come for her marriage that you made her, you forced that marriage or whatever, because Letitia got pregnant by Marcis, and they weren't married, so she forced them to get married. So that's a whole nother conversation, and that's alleged, but I'm thinking it's true, because, and so Marcis, he's in a position, he has resentment towards that, because he was forced to marry Letitia because he got her pregnant. And I think with Wanda from Bessemer, that's the only thing they had to go on. That was their bragging rights. Letitia married. She married to this. Let's keep in mind, you guys, I don't know if you know, but Marcis used to be a manager at a movie theater. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you are a teenager or a college student. So I don't know how long ago that was, but Marceau don't look like he just he knows spring chicken, right? So I'm thinking until he got with Mel and Martell, he was still working as that manager at the movie theater. I don't know what the hell Letitia was doing. I guess she was staying home, taking care of the kids or what. I don't know. All I'm saying is this right here. Miss Wanda, the way she talks, and from what I've gathered, and it's just my opinion, her biggest flex to brag about her daughter was that she got married. As much as a piece of crap Marceau is, she got married. Okay, Letitia, kudos or whatever. But Marceau won't let her breathe. And Miss Wanda, if you're listening, I hope you do. Stop sitting up here trying to protect that marriage or protect Marceau. And most times you don't. But encourage your daughter to think for herself. Encourage your daughter to move on her own. And not pay too much attention to Marceau, because they could probably be, Marcis, they could probably be so much further than where they are in life than where they are now. Okay, enough about them. Let's get to Melody having a sit down, some coffee, some drinks with Marcis. Y'all, I loved it so much. I love that whole situation. I love the fact when Marceau got his big his Marcis came on through, and he dressed up for this. He and you know, in his mind he was dressed up. He knew the assignment. He knew he was not meeting some regular smuggler old Joe. He knew he was about to sit at a table and have a conversation with boss babe Melanie Cherie Rogers, right? Okay, so he gets there. Of course, he's late. You know, they stay late or whatever. And Melanie told him, she was like, my attitude, he was like, the energy is good. She said, yeah, my energy wasn't always this good. She said, but she had to think about it, and she was like, well, what would my mentor, the lady who oversaw the tea that she had, what would she do? So Mel came in there and put her best foot forward and was as cordial as the occasion allowed. So she's talking to me. Of course, she had her Melamito shirt, right? Or whatever, and her red bottoms. I see you, girl. I see you, girl. But anyway, and Marcis, they're talking, and they get into, Mel is telling him, she had a meeting with Nell Fletcher, and Nell Fletcher told her that, you tried to limit my abilities, my business acumens to e-commerce. And she thought that was funny because you're trying to break into e-commerce or whatever. And, he tried to gaslight and manipulate the situation in Marceau's fashion. That only person who would, let that fly would be Letitia. And of course Mel wasn't having it at all, and y'all saw it or whatever. And he was like, he doesn't find any value or doesn't think much of anything. He's like, you're throwing things at the wall. And she was like, but you're in the same, you're trying to break into the same bit. And he was like, he didn't care about it. And she was like, what? And when he said that and her expression, I'm thinking, no wonder nothing works out for them. Because that's exactly what they're doing. And they do a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? What the word I'm looking for, you guys, let me just describe it. Projection. That's the word I'm looking for. They project. Yeah, because literally it looks like you and Letitia both are just throwing things up against the wall just to see what's going to stick. Melanie, on the other hand, if that's what she's doing, which I don't think that's what she's doing, because she's putting her whole heart into it. She's giving 1,000% in any business thing that she does. That's the difference. You guys coming up here with some annual bullshit trying to raise $150,000 to benefit a home, or kids without a home or whatever. You only raised $200, and I'm pretty sure you didn't refund whoever put in $200, and it might have been Melanie who put the $200 there. I don't know. I'm just saying it could have been her, but I'm pretty sure y'all didn't refund that money back either. Y'all are pulling straws, and y'all trying to see what really sticks or whatever. Y'all, and it's really sad. It's really sad for Marcis, if you're listening. I'm going to give you a piece of advice. And I hope you're listening, and I hope you take heed to it. Stop being so jealous. You and Letitia. Jealousy breeds envy. And as long as you have that type of heart, that green heart, nothing's good is going to come to you. And the fact that pretty much all the original cast on this show had or has a disdain for Melanie, the proof is in the pudding. Melanie is actually soaring. She has the energy from her team, her family, her kids, and the internet. The universe is working in her favor. She still supports you guys, even though she know y'all don't like her. And Melanie, you a better woman than I probably could ever be. And I'm afraid maybe one day I get to that point. But when I say that, for you to even have the thought to want to still bring Letitia in to your circle says a whole lot about your character. Your character being so wonderful. You have a great disposition about yourself. Like, you're not greedy, you're not jealous. You're willing to see everybody win. But you got to remember, Melanie, everybody doesn't think like you. And keep in mind that once you got rid of all them bad apples, them bad seeds from around your bush, from out of your circle, you flourished. Not to say you wouldn't have flourished had they still been there, but you let go of all that negative energy. And I'm proud of you for that. So don't be so quick to pull people in, because Letitia's loyalty is to Letitia, Marcis, Miss Wanda, and them. Because you know they from the other side of the tracks. And I'm about to go. Y'all have a good night. Please like, share, subscribe. If y'all like my video, talk to me, comment to me, and I'm going to talk back to you. Y'all have a good one. Bye.